Yo, hello there, my delicious friends. Welcome back. We have just boarded the enemy boat whilst Odin has boarded ours and Midna has scampered him away to give myself a little bit of breathing room to try to find Jill, who's been kidnapped. Avast ye mateys and swab my deck. Roger the cabin boy. We're boating to heck. Let's go.
Where did you hide her, Barnabas?
Oh, this is the little boat near the boat. This boat happens to be bringing a side galleon with it. It's a shame you can't blast people off the map. For like cheeky ring outs would be fun. But we're in the seas near Wallowed. There she is, there's Mid over there. Doing God's work. You even gonna attack me, man? How do we get up here? Oh, like that, huh? Have you ever put soy sauce on rice? Oh yeah, I like that. I went through a big phase when I was always putting cheese on rice and putting Worcester sauce on that. I also like when you cook up a bowl of rice and you crack a raw egg on top, and you just like let the egg like half cook because of the rice heat, and it's all delicious. Oh, these assholes again. Canned tuna, white rice, mayo. Yep. Cooked in the oven with an egg. Ooh. Okay. Oh, he's dead. Is he? Is he still there? No, okay, he's dead. Oh. Guys, am I crazy or is this game way louder now? Like, for audio levels in this game, and not the most consistent thing in the world, that was super loud. It's the exact same volume, we've had it all night. Oh dear, that's Phoenix versus Odin over there. Yo, back up my bro!
No! There he is! He wants him alive! Hold on, I'm coming. For both of you. Extra shadows!
when some of your achionic abilities have a relatively quick recharge time, you can kind of just almost cycle just relentlessly through each one. Now you're shouting, now it's calmed down. Yeah, this particular audio track, this music's like very loudly rousing. Good food can taste bad to me if I eat it a lot. It's like new textures and tastes. Yeah, well, this might be a first world problem, do you know what I mean? Are you tired of eating lots of delicious fine foods? It's kind of a first world complaint. But I do know what you mean. Thing is, like, I love all the food, but I'm so boring about preparing and living off it. I will just be like, okay, this works. I'll buy 4 weeks worth. Oh, Irvin Fury. It's a very tall ceiling for the bowels of a ship, isn't it? Good thing I don't set the ship on fire.
Jill!
You came.
Get back.
Oh, Tommy, you're watching the stream in VR?
Clive, how did
Oh,
you...
yeah, awesome.
Later. Hands.
Thank Eva for putting up with you. Always, Empathics, always. Have a good one, Emma. Look after yourself.
Out
Yo,
of here I can.
tell Rasmus I said hello. I've said hello to him before, haven't I? And he was just like, I don't know this guy, why do I care? But I kind of care.
Stand still!
Tell him I send my best wishes.
Phoenix, are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame. In earnest then.
Oh, it's like an Eye of Sauron. Oh shit. Oh shit! Yo. His own men. Oh wow, it's kind of staying that way? I didn't realize Odin's cuts left a permanent residual split reality for Mikey Banana Trench. I mean, it's your last session. No, we're here all night, Eva.
I think so.
I'll just have my second dinner.
But to where?
Isn't there a movie that's like this, and they're after like a trident?
You... What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade.
A wellness spreadsheet of yours. Yeah, I'm almost back on it. I'm not back on it yet, though.
The world will soon be painted in black.
Does my sword have a double-edged tip?
And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple? The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it.
It was one of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
That first film was great fun.
Astray by your blind resolve.
And the second film was good, but a lot darker, but very good. And then after that, Jesus Christ. It's like watching the Transformers movies.
Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate.
That, Mr. Anderson,
However much it may
is the sound of inevitability.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive.
My
No.
name
Trust
is
me.
Clive. Can you hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
We don't have to do this.
Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty.
Oh, I don't like how razor sharp all of this cuts. Oh, Jesus! Four-way cross-cut beam.
In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking.
Oh! That's the technique that the fucking McKellar of the Flame does! Fucking wait, what's it called?
All this fire.
Did you just see that?
And for what? Stalking
The water dance, whatever it's called.
foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. I have seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there are elements of persuasion that might.
To me, boy.
Cast off the shades.
Press the attack, it says. It's actually incredibly dangerous to be here.
Defend yourself.
Let's try.
Wake and win! I shall come.
I don't know how great this technique is on.
I needed that. You will assume mantle
I think I fucked up.
And thus is the light of hope severed.
Oh! It has its own little cutscene when he does it.
You would yield so soon.
Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will
See,
weighs
Eva,
you
look after
down,
yourself.
dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips.
What?
We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
This is the one question we've been asking all
What are you
game.
saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
What?
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
So Ultima made the dominants to be his subjects and made me
Manners, Lord Rosfield.
to drain the dominants' powers.
They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality.
Wait, humanity
where they
was
might
originally
once more know salvation.
unwillful Ultima
And
entities.
abandon everything we hold dear.
We don't need your salvation.
We came from
We'll save
Ultima
ourselves,
clones?
and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours. And not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Hey Alien Mune, how you doing, you gorgeous thing? Spoiler alert for Final Fantasy XVI. We're end-ish, near-ish the game. And we're kind of understanding the true nature of what the humanity was before
Faster
Ultima
it
returns.
binds you to the remaining dominance,
I hope you're having a wonderful evening.
the stronger your hunger will become.
Guys, go follow Alien Mune. They're pretty cool.
There ever was.
Lots of Mario Kart.
Mayhap have
Lots of
not
comfy
by the
NES
path
gaming.
my master intended, but back
SNES.
all the same.
Won't be playing this.
Ash is not far.
If you cut me, do I not
I
bleed?
could freeze a path.
You're cool. No, you're amazing, dude.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back.
What? Clive bested. What? So let me just understand that right. Odin did his full charge, which I'm supposed to not to be able to beat that. Like whilst he was charging, there was like business cutting up the battlefield everywhere. So he got the finishing cutscene, sliced me, and I lost the fight, and now I'm just running for my life in an icy tunnel of love. Oh, that's a little turnaround. Odin is a completely different breed. Holy heck. How much longer we got in this episode? Oh, we've got plenty of time. So humanity wasn't born the way our humanity evolved. Humanity were essentially creatures made by Ultima without will.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap.
Just like the Wallowed generals clones were.
And they will have seen the ice
Oh.
where it led.
And because Ultima was sealed away,
He'd only wait till dawn.
letting the Acheons build power through the crystals until they were ready for him to return and start sucking them off again. Oh, Jesus.
This is the second time Barnabas has bested me.
In that meantime of eons,
Powerless against him.
humanity had grown to have self-will and
Maybe
drive.
there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master.
It's because you didn't do a Makiri counter. Get out. Get out of my stream.
He won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
We've still never answered that red dot either, the second moon.
So you believe. But do you really know me?
So did everyone die? Everyone on...
What Barnabas said was true then.
Oh, King Barnabas' ship died.
I'm more monster than man.
But R1, I think we didn't see it go down. We saw it just kind of skirt the edge.
Each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
So Ultima is the Lord of the Acheons,
Do you
but
though?
he's created a particular vessel,
Think of
me,
what you've used that power for.
as a means of
Of all the
siphoning
people you've saved.
all the power of the Acheons via the
Doesn't
conduit
matter how
of their
or
dominance,
by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it.
so that I can become the perfect vessel.
And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
And I assume when I'm fully charged, like Ultima takes control of me or something?
I've also used it to kill.
Lives forever through me?
What if that's my purpose?
Lore button! Very good reminder. So I'm always forgetting the lore button. If you check the lore after a cutscene, it will only tell you about the upcoming lore, not the previous lore. This control's a bit weird. One sec. Hello? I'm squeezing the... Okay, there we go. Mythos. Mythos. Ultima's name for the vessel of limitless power, but has long awaited. He identifies Clive as the Mythos by virtue of his awakening as the dominant of Ifrit and having the power to absorb the ether of other Acheons. Ultima manipulates his servants into pitting Clive against the other dominants that he might drink of their strength and bring Mythos closer to perfection. I will create a perfect world. Lysanderov. Meteor. The burning red star. Oh, wow! Ask and you shall receive. I was just asking about this. The burning red star that sits beneath the moon. Folklore ascribes to Meteor the role of message bearer to the moon, so it is common custom across Valithia to wish upon the star, that one's heartfelt desires might be conveyed to the heavens beyond. Oh, the shadow ghost. The forbidding cliffs that line the Nalida Narrow on the ash side of the channel. Though viable ascents exist, their numbers are few and the paths narrow and perilous. That said, they have more than once been used as a staging ground for covert incursions into the kingdom. Now the land above having been all but consumed by the blight, it is only the boldest of adventurers who dare set foot here. Oh shit! Clive. Mythos. We learnt about Mythos. Skiggles, thank you so much for reminding me to press that button. Veinaki. I know, they're so gorgeous. There's a really good one earlier where this other dude, who is kind of like my big brother stroke mentor, had me chained up naked in prison near the beginning of the game. A lot of fan art happening, I suspect.
What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
She's right. It's always been one mission to the next.
Myself. I think I might be beyond saving.
No one
Careful.
is beyond saving. Provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Dude, finally.
Are you sure?
Wake up, man. She's been by your side this whole game.
If this is what you want, then...
What? No, kiss her! She wanted you to kiss her!
It is.
Not drain her abilities! Oh my god. This is like the least aware dude.
I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
Why is he not kissing her?
I'm not alone.
How many times have we been in this situation with Jill?
These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me.
This is kind of romantic.
If I'm to continue on, having pledged my life to those I love, then I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other.
You're kidding. He still hasn't
I
kissed
want to
her.
look upon the moon again. Together.
Poor Jill. Wait.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
Finally. Clive, finally. Well done, guys. Well done. Ah, I genuinely thought he wasn't going to kiss her. Oh my god. She's like, Clive, I really feel like this is a time where you could maybe be inside of me. And he's like, suck out the Shiva energy. Got it. No, Clive, that wasn't what I was thinking. Clive, I want to be by your side forever, like I have been since we were kids. Drain your ice powers, 100%. Loud and clear, Captain. No, Clive. No, Clive. Clive, I want you to put your lips on my lips. Fight the good fight together. And stop Ultima. Got it. I hear you. I hear you. Clive, you are not hearing me. Oh, I'm so glad they're together now. I'm so glad. That took ages. Hey, Bill. How you doing, man, by the way? Dude.
What of Barnabas?
Took ages.
Do
How
we
are you?
pursue
How are
him?
you, Bill? Used to wear, mate. The man
No.
spent most of the game dealing with past
Our
trauma.
paths will cross again soon enough.
How about instead of pushing him to do something he's
Whether
not
we
ready
like
to
it
do,
or
we
not.
wait till they both consent?
Besides, there is something we must do first.
I just want them to be happy, because she's right. Clive is spending his entire time doing missions and giving up
course.
himself for saving others.
Drake's spine,
And Jill made it clear at the
the
docks
last mother crystal.
that she was ready and waiting
The
for him.
Einherjar is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Now for Joshua. Yeah, next up. Alright, guys, we're getting on the Joshua train now.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Wrapping up a gnarly work week. Was that still part of your catch-up, dude? Man, catch-up never stops coming if you're not careful. Being on a back foot with your workload is just sucks balls. Yo. Oh, we are in the blight of Wallowed. We're literally here. So I'm assuming that this crater is something to do with Ultima. Like, Ultima either rose out of the center of the earth 1,000 generations ago, or Ultima crashed in from the skies and bore down. Or it was one of, like, Bahamut's tetraflares. But I'm pretty sure this is, like, where he came from. Do you know what I mean? He crawled out of. Yeah, we kind of survived. So Jill kind of made an ice tunnel as the sea was collapsing around us. I think that took the edge off. Oh, so that's where we are. Oh, I see. So the ship was in the background, so it means we have to go home. I get it in terms of what we have to do, but narratively, that map doesn't always line up with what's happening.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherjar, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise?
The hilt of his
Last I
sword
heard, place was still overrun with Akashic.
has a little cage.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so.
So that's our second encounter where Odin has dunked us. But this time we now have the power of ice. Clive has claimed a portion of Shiva's essence. Shiva's feet. That's OnlyFans, isn't it? Shiva's feet, Cold Snap, can be used to swiftly move from left to right, forward to back, or dodge close in. Oh, okay. It's a bit like the flame teleport, but this one's unilateral.
I should visit Joshua, assuming Talia will allow it.
Man, we've got so many side quests again. They keep popping up. It's like weeding.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
Hey T-Rex, hey
What would you
dude.
have had me do?
Hello.
It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended
Kiss
me
her,
at
get
any
in her
moment,
pants.
but instead chose to toy with me
Read
like
the padded white room.
curled
Talk
as
to a
a
shrink
mouse.
and make sure you're squared away first.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh yeah, you want to be
Oh, it was
in a good
crystal
relationship with yourself
Only
before you have a
one man
relationship with someone
established
else.
his
Sure.
dominance that day, and that
But that
man
doesn't
was
mean
Barnabas.
I can't want them to get together.
I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength,
You do make a good
Perhaps.
point.
Perhaps the prince feels the same.
The problems of his self-identity and what he really is in the world are one of the leading core plot lines. So it is very, weirdly enough, it is very mature of him to not actually go ahead and just start that relationship with Jill earlier, if he's aware that he's got his own shit to sort out. That is quite a mature thing for him to wait. But it is also a burden on Jill, who's just had to spend her life being available. Bear in mind that she started fancying us 18 years ago or something. Like, how long have we been doing this bit? Oh no, to be fair, 5 years. 5 or 6 or 7 by now. That's a long wait to make somebody wait through, though, whilst you're trying to work out who you are.
What is this place?
There she is.
Don't move.
Oh.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
The people of the Empire still know that the dominant of Bahamut always had them and their interests first. That's why the Dragoons only ever listened to him. He's lost so much, but they can still rebuild. Whatever happened to his boyfriend? Did he die when he nuked the city?
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place.
Oh no, Wolf Canis,
sat
I
in the
really
room for
like your
her when
point.
she passed away.
You actually do genuinely make a great point. I almost, how to put it, like, Clive's a bit of, I've been perceiving Clive as a bit of an idiot quite a lot in this game. He's great, and he's emo, and he's handsome, but not necessarily the sharpest tool. So a counter-argument that actually he's more emotionally mature than I'm giving him credit for, because he's waiting. I didn't even have that in my head till you brought it up.
From the shadows.
I like talking to you, bro.
Was it you who guided my hand, then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely.
The ones on the outside
It was
are.
my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
Give her your earrings, you fancy git. Sorry, is that a ruby-studded silver earring that you've got there?
Of course.
Captain
Yield.
Nothing to Give. Is that a silver inlaid belt buckle?
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Bahamut's one of the most powerful
Perhaps
Acheons.
he can find an answer.
He's like one of the few who can stand up to Odin.
You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
All right,
Of
Eva.
course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming!
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Joshua. I mean, later, Clive's not the only one who's been just giving the whole time. Joshua has just been actually suffering Ultima inside his body. Not like that, though. Her treatment diary. Today, Clive visited the infirmary to dress a laceration. Everyone disobeys me. They all get out of bed. Okay, guys. We've got side missions. Oh, no. This guy's been a fucking crystal bearer. Look at him. Only his head's left. He's not got long. Should prop him up. Put him by the sun. Read him a book. Stand in the face of death by celebrating life. Bring him out of that room. Bring him down here among the tables and the other men. Let him see that we'll all go on.
I still say it were a compliment.
Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid.
I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little.
Yeah, no, I
is
just want to
known
see them
of
happy.
Ash,
It's not a
and
Smash
the
thing.
information we do have is spotty and outdated.
But she's been supporting
we have
him
the good King Barnabas to
physically
thank for that.
in the
Waloed's
battles
borders have
in
been
the game
closed
for
to
ages.
outsiders since the day he seized the throne.
And she's tried to
If
make it
there
clear
is
that she
anywhere
wants to
safe to
support,
land,
like, him.
You won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right. If it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood?
I wasn't even paying attention the first time. Oh, it's one of these. One of these catch-ups. What's going on in the game? Oh, it's
Barnabas Thorn.
once every 10 hours you get one of these.
The last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldamark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas,
is it to stop another dominance
then one thing
of
is
Titan
certain.
from being born?
Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash.
Those orcs
Much
are
of
so
the
cool.
continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next.
Okay, so I'm pausing this lore, because Squiggles makes a great point, to see if there is more on-topic lore on top of the lore. We have to press the thingammy pad. I'm just holding my thumb on it. What am I supposed to... Okay, dude, there's no... Oh, there is. You have to just tap it. The Einherjar. Flagship... I'm not even going to put the thing on. It's the flagship of the Waloed army, also known as the Black Galleon, a vast 7-masted vessel constructed of 3 conjoined galleys. Oh, so those other 2 on the side are actually a solid part. I thought it was just towing another ship, but it's just 3 hulls wide. A floating fortress alongside the Royal Cavalry. It's the pride of Waloed, and is capable of swiftly delivering elite troops to enemy soil to make war in the name of the mighty Odin. Jill was prisoner on this. Ash, though slightly smaller than her sister to the west, the eastern continent of Valisthea is markedly more altitudinous. Sorry. One sec. My brain right now. Altitudinous. Indefinitely high and lofty. So very high up, very elevated. Okay. So it's got lots of tall mountainous areas, I guess. Her lightly wooded shores guarded on all sides by unassailable unscalable cliffs, having been ravaged by the Blight. Still more grievously than Storm, the kingdom of Wallowed is now her sole remaining nation. The sole surviving nation in Ash, Wallowed has its capital at Stonheard, home to the mother crystal of Drake's spine. It is ruled over by Barnabas Farmir, the dominant of Odin and Warden of Darkness. Also the Warden of Ash, wasn't it? Who it transpires has formed an alliance with a mysterious being known as Ultima. And now has orcs and the Crystal People. The Deadlands, barren wastes bereft of ether, where no life stirs and magic is all but unusable. Here both earth and water are stained black, preventing any seed from quickening. In recent years, the Blight has spread ever more widely, displacing whole nations before it, and driving once peaceable fauna to violent desperation, and leaving silent devastation in its wake. Good shout, Skigs.
But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
How do you split the sea?
So it's basically worth just seeing, because where are we up to a bit where the map is unlocked? That is my personal question. Which is basically yes. So I'll listen to a bit more dialogue, and then what we'll do is I'll crack all these side quests offline. But for the rest of this weekend, it is art, a little bit of art here on Twitch, and a little bit of art over on Kick. I'll try to start colouring the cover for the Tsunade hentai here, but we can't do the copy that's got the hands grabbing the boobs, because Twitch won't allow it.
I have no reason to
We'll have to paint that part on Kick, so I'll do the other layer.
Changes everything. Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject.
What do you mean inspired?
And what I discovered
I tasked you with delving into the subject.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began...
Sorry, what do you mean inspired? Literally, his whole job is to research Ultima. But from his perspective, we just had a little chat and then he decided to try harder.
With the mural at Phoenix Gate.
Also, I'm really sorry, but because the word Ultima has just been used... Ultima, the otherworldly being behind much of the tragedy and turmoil that has plagued Valisthea, and the creature King Barnabas of Wallowed worships as his god. Ultima requires a vessel in which to inculcate his disembodied soul. It is for his disembodied soul, and Clive's curious ability to absorb the powers of other Aeons suggests that he is the very mythos that Ultima has long awaited. He wills Clive to absorb the other Aeons, that his vessel might be perfected. So yeah, he's just... So Ultima is constantly influencing the land by either birthing himself into it and taking the place of people's children, or being the other hooded, robed, mysterious figure that was only semi in our reality, or having a more sustained existence within the crystals, where he's strong enough with crystal energy to drag me into the other universe, where his dominant form, like his own kind of Aeon form, is able to fight me. But outside of these influences, he doesn't truly exist in our reality yet. And they still never explained that giant hole The ancient mural, a religious image found across Valisthea, not only in Neopoditry under Phoenix Gate and in Verkomniach, near the heart of Drake's Breath, but upon a tapestry in Tabor too. It depicts the Acheons arranged in adoration of a central... Does it? It depicts the Acheons arranged in adoration of a central figure believed to be Ultima, the god that rules above them all. Oh! Joshua, dominant of the Phoenix and younger brother of Clive, after surviving the disaster at Phoenix Gate, he devoted himself to uncovering the truth behind the emergence of the second Acheon of Fire. With the help of the Undying, he obtained a copy of the journal of Moss the Chronicler, from whom the pages he learned of the existence of Ultima, the creature he was later to meet with and seal away inside himself in the sanctuary of Drake's Head. Now reunited with his brother, he and Clive fight as one to defeat Ultima and forge a new fate for mankind. Yo!
But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however,
yeah, not because you told me.
I know where to find the more complete example.
I'm doing it, but not for you.
Reveal all we seek.
Hey, Scampy Doo, how you doing? Nice to see you, man.
Have you ever in your travels chanced
Happy
to
weekend.
hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not. Few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence.
Hashtag Roman Empire.
If no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Starting to feel like we're really coming to the end.
If it please your grace,
although to be fair, I said that 5 hours ago.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next.
You shut up. You broke the jukebox. All right, Gav.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea...
Yeah, literally.
There's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery.
We're running a little over right now.
So instead, we'll disembark on the
just to wrap
southwest
this
coast
so that
and
we
make
can...
for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but... it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going.
Oh!
And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters. Fly merchant colors and stay inconspicuous.
Inconspicuous! Sorry. I am the one and only ship that exists with 4 massive fuck-off mithril engines. How inconspicuous can we get? Like, I have a unique technology powering my boat. And also, I'm flying my own colours. I fly the red and black sails of a fucking... No, conspicuous. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind.
Oh, she's got a friendship
Going nowhere
bracelet.
till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
Oh, what was that about?
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Joshua thinks he's not coming back. And he wants to hang out with Midna.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Yo, guys. Okay, I mean it for realsies this time. This is before the big final thing. It might not be the moment of the very last boss, but this is the last campaign that takes us to the final crystal. And Odin, who has bested us in combat twice. Third time's a charm. How are we going to do in the next episode? Click the playlist, subscribe, and I'll see you then. Peace.